My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Freaked. And this is a frustrating movie because, on paper, I should love it. I should be giving this movie a perfect score. I mean, like, it's weird, it's gross, it's out there, it's got stop motion, it's got practical effects, and yet, in the execution, the movie doesn't work for me as much as it should. It's just, it never clicks. And it's a real shame because I want to love this movie and I still think it's decent enough, but man, it's a step down from what it should be. And there's three reasons why this movie doesn't work for me as much as it should. The first one is the acting. I'm not saying anyone in this movie is terrible, but I don't think anyone does a real good job either. Alex Winters doesn't do a good job carrying this movie, and it doesn't help that he's got so much prosthetics on that he can barely talk. Michael Stornov I thought was terrible, never funny. Megan Ward I thought was decent in moments, but not given enough to do. Randy Quaid I thought gave a fine over the top performance. Alex Zuckerman I guess is fine, and Mr. T I guess is fine, but like, I don't know, I feel like this movie needed a performance on the level of Jeffrey Combs in Reanimator. It needed just something to that degree, and I wish that they brought a bit more life to this movie, that they had more distinct characters, because everyone kind of just feels bland, especially after the first act. The second big issue I have with this movie is that I thought it could have been like a really creepy movie, but it's never trying to be like that. It is so obviously a comedy from the very first scene. So it becomes a real issue when I almost never laugh. There's a few moments where I'm like, huh, okay, that's amusing. There's a scene early on with a plane crash. There's a joke at the end regarding some lights that don't work. There's one joke involving a shoe. But like, it's just not as funny as it should be. And like, it's trying hard. There is like a joke every 10 seconds, and most of them fall flat. And to bounce off that point, gets to my third point, and it's the fact this movie is tonally all over the place. I wasn't sure what this movie was going for a little bit there. If it was a family movie with some grossness in it, if it's like an R-rated movie. And after watching it, I still don't really know. There's a few moments where it feels kind of kiddish, and then there's a few other moments that feel like it's trying to appeal only to adults, and it just feels kind of messy in that regard. So it's really frustrating because there is still lots I do like about this movie. Like, I think the overall plot is fantastic. These two friends and this activist go to this freak show where they end up getting mutated. Really great premise. Love it. I think this movie has some very good practical effects. Though I think they kind of bit off more than they could chew at the end. It started giving me Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2 vibes, and not in a good way. Still, for the most part, the practical effects are impressive. The stop motion when used is really cool. The production design I really like. I like this mad scientist lab, and there's this head in front of this freak show where the head's always moving, and there's these two eyeballs that walk out every now and again. So it's got like some weird, memorable aspects to it. It's just, and like it's still entertaining. I never was bored with this movie, but I was just watching it being like, I should be liking this more than I am. And it's a movie that I think deserves a R-rated horror remake because I feel like there is so much potential here. But yeah, Freaked, there's lots I appreciate here. It's not playing it safe, and it's weird, and it's gross, and it's a lot of movie, but also a lot of it doesn't work. Mainly the comedy, it's nowhere near as funny as it should be. The performances are underwhelming. It's totally all over the place, and it's just a movie that I think is fine. I like it. I'm positive on it. It's just had all the potential to be so much more. So I'll give Freaked a 6 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Freaked? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.